Intentional mishap or honest mistake. I'm here at Buffalo State College financial aid office where they ran into an issue with potential FIT students.
If you want to join one of these classes, they're offered every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. For more information, you can also visit healbuffalo.com. I'm Kaylin Badia. This is the Buffalo Review.
Campus PD was contacted for an on-camera interview, but they declined. They issued a statement stating the investigation was ongoing. Reporting for the Buffalo Review, Javon Graham.
People in Buffalo have been complaining all season that spring hasn't sprung, but here at the first Food Truck Tuesday of the year, you wouldn't even know.
Today, March 20th, marks the first official day of spring, but it seems like the winter season still isn't ready to let go.
These packing events help those who can't help themselves. For more information, visit fmsc.org. This is Teddy Wilson for the Buffalo Review.
Recently, domestic violence was used as the butt end of a joke. As a result, people are dropping the popular social media app.
As calendars indicate that we are in the first days of spring, we can finally see the snow beginning to melt.
Kane had his fair share of off-the-ice issues while in Buffalo and thanked the city for helping him grow as a person.
Buff State has hopes to continue Southeast Asia Week, noting that it is important to expand knowledge and appreciate diversity in our global community at home and abroad. For the Buffalo Review TV, I'm Caitlin Mayrose.
After this year's turnout, USG expects even more voters next year. This is Ryan Richards from the Buffalo Review TV.
Students are raising concerns as crimes are becoming more frequent here on campus.
As we move closer to spring, soon snow will be a thing of the past.
The team's first home game will be September 29th against conference rival Hartwick, and despite the rough early schedule, they hope it sets the tone for the rest of the season. I'm Marcus Watkins with the Buffalo Review.
Yesterday was the first day of spring, but it's not looking too springy here on campus.
Let's look at a play here against Purdue. Lamar Jackson escapes pressure with his legs, but not only that, he doesn't take off and run. He moves up the second level of the pocket and delivers a throw down the field to his receiver. That's NFL-level stuff in the first round as a quarterback for Lamar Jackson, not as a wide receiver.
Erie County Legislature has banned conversion therapy, a controversial technique that claims it can turn a gay child straight. Damian Mordecai, Executive Director of the Pride Center of Western New York, gives some expert insight on the recently banned treatments.
So conversion therapy is, there are different approaches to it, but in the most basic form, it is to attempt to change a person's sexual orientation. This is done through different types of therapies, none of which have been supported by any credible psychologists or anyone.
Erie County Legislator Patrick Burke has been publicly speaking out against the unusual techniques and led the push for the program to be banned, which he saw pass unanimously.
Some people were surprised that there was a push for this because for some people, this wasn't a problem. It wasn't happening.
Members of Buffalo State student organization, the Pride Alliance, believe Erie County is headed in the right direction, but the rest of the country still has a long way to go.
It should be banned everywhere, and Erie County is really being a beacon in Western New York because a lot of Western New York is rural and very conservative, and these people are who think conversion therapy is okay are now being told that it's not okay.
Look to Erie County where they're literally saying, hey, this is illegal, you can't do that. It's abuse to children, and it's actually psychologically damaging to people. They may never recover from something like that.
It now goes to Erie County executive polling cards. If signed, Erie County would be the first upstate New York to sign such a measure. Khalid Terrell, Buffalo Review TV.
The Tabernacle, a bar and restaurant conjoined with popular Westside Cafe Sweetness 7, is opening on Grant Street. The restaurant is opening in an old church, and there are religious touches to hint at it, aside from the Sistine Chapel-like paintings, but we'll get to that in a minute. The Tabernacle isn't going to be just an ordinary restaurant, however. It will focus heavily on live music, and it feels like an art gallery. Now, back to those paintings.
As you can see, the building is covered in detailed paintings, all painted by Jeremy Twist, an artist who'd never painted before in his life until now.
As he wrote paint, he called me at night and he said, I have an idea. Can I paint? And I said, yeah, go for it. And he goes, oh, what if it looks like crap or whatever he said? And I said, well, it's paint. We just paint over it. Don't worry about it.
Paintings are pretty hard to ignore. Unique, colorful artwork covers every inch of the walls and ceilings in the place. Twist was a cook for Moran at Sweetness 7, but was getting burned out. Moran knew he needed a change of scenery, so she enlisted him to help her paint the place and get it ready. Then he had an idea.
I didn't know what to say. I started laughing. I actually started crying. I was like, wait. Actually, the first thing I said was, there are breasts on my ceiling. And he started laughing. And he goes, you told me I could do what I wanted. And I was like, no, it's...
Moran, a mom and former art teacher, had no idea it would look like this. Chris doodled here and there, but she never knew he had the chops to do this. She now compares him to Michelangelo. Juliana Tutrone will be managing the Tabernacle and marvels its uniqueness.
I just moved here, so I'm not sure of how many bars are in this area, kind of similar to this, but I could imagine not very many.
The Tabernacle's menu will be small, for both food and drinks. There will be a couple fine liquors, a few choices of beer, a couple different wines to choose from, along with some menu items. Moran wants it to be simple, and most importantly, she wants to bring the community together through music. Much of the seating is communal, encouraging people to sit by strangers and strike up conversation. For the Buffalo Review TV, I'm Francesca Bond.
Churn, the soft-served ice cream shop and sister company to Lloyd Taco Truck, reopened this week and implemented some exciting new menu changes. Churn began its journey last spring with a fresh take on soft serve, a truly homemade soft serve with unique options including a vegan coconut ice cream. This spring, Churn looks to build on that creativity as they introduce a new churro-inspired sundae.
One of the things we wanted to incorporate was this idea of a churro sundae. And that's the main component of the new portion of the menu. And then other than that, we really just took everyone's favorites from last year.
Churn is making ice cream the way they want. With creative combinations and pure ingredients, they look to change the way people view soft serve.
It was really ripe for an opportunity to come in and make ice cream what we think it should be and kind of update it in a way that applies to people who care about what they're eating.
Churn has also collaborated with Pittsford Dairy, using their milk and cream in their ice cream base to create a more consistent texture all season long. New pastry chef Jennifer Boy comments on the recent changes.
We're using Pittsford Dairy milk and cream, which we think is a no-brainer because of so many different reasons. Number one, their milk is GMO and hormone-free, which is important. We like clean labels here, both at Lloyd and at Churn. And we find that the texture is just so incredible.
From vegan options to creative concoctions, Churn is truly revolutionizing soft serve here on Hurdle Avenue. For the Buffalo Review, I'm Alex Sylvia.
Stay on your toes, definitely make sure that you keep your eyes open.
Students are raising concerns as crimes are becoming more frequent here on campus. In the past few months, Buffalo State has been dealing with numerous of incidents, including a sexual assault case and armed robberies. Recently, 2 men forced themselves into a dorm in Cassie Hall and stole money from a student.
I think people should be more aware of who they're letting in the building, and they should be aware of who their residents are.
We talked to UPD, and they decided not to comment about the crimes. In the meantime, students are taking matters into their own hands to stay safe.
When I walk, I always make sure that I'm very attentive. I don't have my music on, because I want to make sure that I'm alert if anything were to happen.
Always be aware of where you are. When you're walking, make sure you're always looking, even if you have headphones in. Always make sure there's somebody, tracking your location. Just, something like that.
You can also use the blue light phones for immediate response from the University Police if you ever feel in danger while on campus. With the Buffalo Review, I'm Michelle Houston.
To see that that they are embracing it and enjoying it, and it's helping their everyday life.
Gerald Ehrbacher is one of the co-founders of Heal Buffalo, which provides free yoga classes around the city.
If you can give kids, especially students, the tools to learn to deal with all the stress that they have going on in their life right now, they will be better off as adults. They will be better off in the workforce. They will be better off in their everyday school with relationships, with their families, with their friendships, everywhere. It helps in every aspect of your life.
As final week approaches, yoga class is a must for these college students.
It's so much easier to just realize that, when you're sitting in that class and you're stressed about that exam, you're able to have somewhere to go after it and just cool down.
Honestly, I love the energy that everybody else has in here. Everybody's focused. We're here for yoga. We put everything aside, and yeah.
Students have noticed extreme changes on how they go about their school day.
I feel like I'm more focused as a person, have a lot more clarity.
If you want to join one of these classes, they're offered every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. For more information, you can also visit healbuffalo.com. I'm Kaylin Badia. This is the Buffalo Review.